Gayle Fulks for Davidson women's basketball. Let's go back to the press conference and hear from them. We'll come back and recap what they have to say in just a little bit.
Issy Morgan, student athlete. Coach, if you could start with a few remarks about the season and the team.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to getting back out on the court. You know, I think we returned 4 seniors that have just had so much experience and are just wonderful leaders. And, you know, with that, I have a lot of confidence in, you know, where we're headed. As far as non-conference play goes, we've got a great schedule starting with Florida Gulf Coast, and then, you know, a regional team in High Point, but also playing in the MTE down in Florida is going to be a great step for our program, in addition to playing Final Four NC State on the road in December. So I think this schedule that we have really reflects what we believe in our team and what we're capable of, and I'm really excited to see us get back out there.
Great, thanks, Coach. We will now open for questions.
Gayle, Zachary Weiss, Atlantic10.com. Good to see you. First off, just if you could talk about the newcomers that you brought in, highlighting them and how they complement the current players on the roster.
Yeah, you know, we were able to bring in a transfer from Pitt, Jasmine Timerson, who has really seamlessly fit into our program. You know, her experience playing in the ACC, I think, is going to allow her to be able to make an early impact for us. And I feel great about our freshman class. I think we nailed it. I think our coaches did an excellent job in bringing in young women that fit our style of play perfectly, and we've seen unbelievable things from them. You know, there have been many practices where we've had people come in and watch, and while we have 6 returners kind of practicing right now and 6 newcomers, it's just been unidentifiable who's a returner and who's new, and I think that just speaks to, you know, our upperclassmen leading the way, in addition to just how well they fit our style of play. But you know, Kira Brundonks has really stepped up, and I think she's been someone that we feel like we can count on early, in addition to Candace Leonafa, who, as a forward, just is as athletic as they come, and has really given us a different dimension. And we're really excited, like I said, about all of them, but those 2 have been standouts early on.
Issy, for you, what's it like seeing that standard in the gym every day, knowing that that smile is just permanently on your face because you know you're in for a fight every day?
I mean, every day in the gym is fun. Like, it's hard every day. Like, we compete every day, but it's so much fun, particularly with the work ethic of every single individual on our team this year, the attitude of every single individual. Like, we're so coherent. We work together. Everyone's eager to learn from the coaches, from the returners. So it's such a great environment. That's why I have a smile on my face all the time. Such a great environment to be in every day. So lucky, so excited to keep working with the group that we have this year.
Gayle, when you look at everything, just what were the objectives, whether it was on court or just mentality for this season, and how do you feel that that's really been exemplified?
You know, I think every year we're trying to be the most cohesive program in the country, with how we play, with how we interact, and I feel like this group has really bought into all of that. It's as tight of a group as I've ever seen, and I think that's our secret sauce here at Davidson is the people, and I think we've got all the right ones, and I think that is going to be, you know, what everyone sees when they watch this team play.
Coach, maybe you could talk about the competitiveness of the league, you know, the league race.
Yeah, you know, the Atlantic 10 is a wonderful conference. From top to bottom, there are excellent coaches. There's wonderful players, you know, a lot of players that have chosen to stay in the league, which I think is phenomenal. And I think that on any given night, I mean, you're going to be in a dogfight against, you know, a lot of different styles of play. You know, we tried to obviously put a non-conference slate together that would mimic all the different teams in our conference, but you've really got to reach far and wide to find that many different types of teams, and that's what we tried to do. But any given night, I think that our league is one of the best in the country, and we've got some of the best players in the country.
Issy, if you could take me through just your journey as a Cat, just how you've been able to find success and love on the court with these ladies.
100%. So I think coming in, I've always had excellent leadership above me, particularly Cassidy Gold was a senior Australian when I came as a freshman. She really took me under her wing. I was fortunate enough to be playing early on, so having court time experience as a freshman was very exciting, very rewarding to be able to take that experience now into, the years ahead. And yeah, I just think that every year has been very different, has come with a lot of challenges. I think I've experienced a lot in my last 3 years that has all really, kept pushing me forward, put me in the leadership position that I am in today. So yeah, I think it's been a crazy ride so far, but yeah, I think it's all been really rewarding at the end of the day and put me in a great position to go into the upcoming year.
Last question right here.
Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Fire. I guess for Issy first and then Gayle, what creates, you've started to create, as you just mentioned, sort of Australian pipeline.
Yeah.
What creates that and what goes into sustaining it from a recruiting perspective?
Yeah, when we got to Davidson, I was taking over a program that hadn't had a lot of success in its recent history. And so we got here and, I ended up hiring James Jansen, who's now my associate head coach. And, we really started to sort of establish the Australian pipeline. I had recruited it previously when I was an assistant coach. And, upon going into Australia, we were able to get Cassidy Gould, as Issy mentioned, and then, Rosie Deegan and Adelaide Fuller were kind of the next two, and both of them had spent time at the Center of Excellence. And I believe those two played a role in us, being able to recruit Issy Morgan here, who then found having some great success being on the all-rookie team, and then Millie Pryor, who was a teammate of hers, came, and then Charlize Dunn, another teammate, and from there, we have some others, and Katie Donovan and Emily Bessel. But I would say that this pipeline is just something we take a lot of pride in. I think that we've kind of delivered on the experience that we said we would deliver on, and we try to do that with all of our players that we recruit. But it's been great to see that these young women have had a great experience, and they want to keep telling their friends to come here and play at Davidson.
Great, thanks, Coach. Thanks, Issy. The next press conference will be 9:35 with St. Louis.
All right, welcome back inside the studio. Mike, along with Isis and Phil. What did we hear from them? What is your take on the women's basketball team for Davidson?
Yeah, I think the experience is huge for them. I mean, 4 players that are returning this season. They have 4 seniors. They're extremely experienced, and that's what really leads them. Gayle Fulks a lot of the time preaches about leadership. That's really how she likes to lead her team, is with her players being player-led on the court. I really like the play, though, of Issy Morgan. I think that she's grown every single year that she has been at Davidson. She continues to get better. Again, player development is something they're so good there in that program. And so I'm excited for them. I'm also excited for the addition of Charlize Dunn. She played last year with this team, is an all-conference second team, not here today, but I'm excited to see how she can continue to get better in her growth as well. Preseason pick number 4, and it's always a team that is so competitive in this league.
I'm always impressed, Phil, on both the men's and women's side of Davidson with, it's an amazing school, right? It's a very small school, too. And they have differences in terms of what they need to do in their recruiting, right? You can't have graduate students and stuff like that. So that's big. I don't think people understand that, like, hey, we don't have the luxury of just bringing in, people like that, like other teams do. It's a little bit different there.
No, it's a fascinating way they put together what we have now, year-round programs.
Right, absolutely. Gayle Fulks is joining us now here from the press conference for a few moments. Gayle, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Just kind of looking forward to this season like we all are, but wanted to hear from you and like what you've done with this team, with your players preseason, how you get together, how you get them to kind of bring that camaraderie together as you start a new season. What's that like for you guys?
Yeah, we have 6 returners, and the audio is a little bit different here. Okay. With the 6 returners, they're really leading the way. I was going to say, with the 6 returners back, I think that they've been able to show our players every single day what it looks like to play together. And I think Millie Pryor, Issy Morgan, Mallory Haynes, and Thomasine Adenupe have just done a tremendous job at every step of the way, encouraging, supporting our newcomers, but also challenging them when they need it. And I think as we continue to grow and continue to do this, for another month prior to our season, I think you're going to continue to see them really help with the nuance of how we like to play quite a bit.
Coach, can you tell us how you created this share, shoot, stifle type of style of play? I've seen you guys play. You're always so versatile and interchangeable. How did you develop this?
Yeah, with Share, Shoot, and Stifle, it was a brand that we decided to recruit around, build around the day that I became the head coach at Davidson. And when I was a player, I was, someone that really enjoyed just making the defense wrong. And the idea of sharing the ball is we want 5 players at all 5 positions being able to pass and find the open guy. We want 5 players that can shoot the ball when they're open and, play really free. And on the Stifle side, we've changed a little bit defensively as far as what that looks like on any given year, but we've really kind of bought into always trying to make the defense do one, or make the other team do one more thing. So that part's been great for us. And we recruit to it. I think that's the biggest thing, is every single player that we're evaluating for our program we feel can be a great fit for that style of play.